Konnichiwa. Welcome to the BQ channel and the second part of our mini-series Ann and Bart's Japan Speed Run. If you watch the last episode, this is where it stops being a theory and becomes a real life. We landed in Japan late at night and the goal was simple. Get through the airport, get into Tokyo and wake up ready to start exploring. Jet lag, thousands of steps and a childlike level of excitement. This is how we tackle Tokyo Day 1. We touched down at Haneda at around 10:30 in the evening, and the first thing you notice is how smooth the whole airport flow is. There's quite a long walk from the gate, but immigration was quick thanks to the Visit Japan QR code. Then we waited for the baggage, and this is where we got our first little cultural shock. There was a member of the staff literally making sure the bags don't slam down onto the conveyor belt. And another thing, everyone stands behind the line. It sounds small, but it means every single person can actually see the suitcase when it comes out. Huge contrast to the lots of European and Middle Eastern airports where people just crowd around the belt. When it comes to Uber pickup at the Haneda, the main tip is not to blindly follow the signs for the monorail pickups or buses unless you're actually using public transport. As you exit the arrivals, turn right and head towards the signs for the free shuttle to Terminals 1 and 2. There's a set of double lifts right in the corner of the main corridor. Go down to the ground floor and that's where the Uber pickup area is. We originally followed the taxi and bus signs, trying to ask member of the staff for direction, but our pickup spot ended up much closer once we headed it the right way. And like I said in the previous episode, having a mobile data from the start makes a massive difference because you can locate your driver instantly and avoid stress. Even though we arrived late, we got a really warm welcome at Hotel Monterey Akasaka. Straight away, I was able to arrange our main luggage drop-off for the morning to be forwarded to Osaka. The reception team even checked with other hotel if we are definitely booked in, and they prepared the paperwork so the handover in the morning would be quick and painless. One of the best things for us using Booking.com for the hotels in Japan was that we didn't have to pay until we actually arrived and collected the keys. So if plan changed, we could cancel last minute without losing money. After getting excited about wet floor bathroom and the toilet seat with about a million settings, equally boozing as exhausted, we finally fallen asleep at around 1 a.m. in the morning. And honestly, that first evening was just a perfect preview of how efficient Japan is. Roughly an hour and a half from touchdown to the hotel doors. Bravo. We decided to start our day at 8:30 a.m. We were so excited and full of adrenaline that we basically forgot about jet lag. For the first stay in Tokyo, we opted for the hotel breakfast. Yes, I know, there's a million food options in this incredible city, but with the schedule we had in mind and the convenience of walking downstairs and having all the food we wanted within minutes was the right choice for us. And honestly, it was all yummy. Pancakes cooked to order, a massive buffet with both Western and Japanese option. We liked it so much that Anne-Marie didn't want to leave the hotel and I was just nervously looking at my watch. We got a lot to see today. Will we make it on time? After handing over our main luggage at the reception, we started our walk to our first attraction, Hie Shrine.
Yeah.
After about 15 minutes walk, we arrived at the shrine, and because of social media reels, we came to see Tokyo's version of Kyoto's Thousand Tories Gate. This was the first time on the trip where I really felt the perfect blend of traditional and ultra-modern Japan. A beautiful shrine surrounded by skyscrapers. Now is also a good moment to introduce our series scoring system. For each attraction, hotel, and food spot, we will rate the experience and give you our honest opinion on whatever is worth it or not. Hie Shrine scores wow factor 7, a great first visit to soak in the atmosphere, especially after a long flight. Crowds 9, we visited on Monday and there was almost nobody there. The Torii Gate area can still get busy though, so clean photos can be tricky. Photo value 8, perfect for showing off the blend of traditional and modern Japan. And ease of booking 10, free and very easy to access. The overall score is 8.2 out of 10, and I will put a little badge on it. Nice if nearby. About a 30 minutes walk from Hie Shrine, you got the iconic Tokyo Tower. It's a great place to visit, but I always had one question. If you're on Tokyo Tower, you can't actually see it or take photo of it. Enter Mori JP Tower and its sky lobby. It is the tallest building in Japan, located about 5 minutes walk from Tokyo Tower. It might not offer the full 360-degree view, but it lets you see a huge chunk of the skyline and it is perfectly positioned for your stunning photos over Tokyo Tower. To access the sky lobby, go into the main ground floor reception desk. While facing it, turn around behind and there is a glass corridor with multiple lifts. Take one up to the 33rd floor. The only requirement to enter the sky lobby is to buy a drink from his bar. And luckily for us, we were already desperate for the caffeine. Mori JP Tower scores wow factor 8, fabulous views of the skyline and Tokyo Tower. Crowds 9. Monday morning was very relaxed, but I can imagine it gets hard to find a seat when it's busy. Photo value 10. I don't think there's any explanation needed. Value 9. The coffee is a bit overpriced, but you're paying for the access to the view from the tallest building in Japan. Overall score 8.7 out of 10. And badge nice if nearby. Located about 7 minutes walk from Mori JP Tower through the beautifully newly developed area of Azabudai Hills is the legendary teamLab's Borderless. This was one of the very first immersive audiovisual experiences of its kind that I remember, and new versions of it are being copied, with more or less success all around the world. For me, someone who has spent most of my life working in the entertainment industry, it was a must-see. The entrance is underground in Garden Plaza B, and the easiest access is via doors from Hachimandori Street. To book this attraction, you need to do it online. My advice is book as soon as the dates become available. At the time of filming, tickets were available up to around 3 months in advance. And don't leave it late. In busy periods, this place can sell out weeks in ahead. One useful thing, you're allowed to bring a small backpack inside. So if you got camera gear or a power bank, bring it. And this is something that I forgot to say in the last episode, but it's super important. Do not let your phone run dry in Japan. Your phone is essential for GPS, map, translation, tickets, everything. And the battery drains fast when you're using it constantly. Bring a power bank. Now, teamLabs. teamLabs is an audiovisual feast. You're hit from every angle with pixel map animation, surround sound, and multi-layer lighting installations. At first, after entering and doing the initial walk around, I get mixed feelings. I was generally thinking, is this it? Did I travel all the way from Europe for this? Am I about to be disappointed? And then I discovered the hidden rooms. Oh my god, I was wrong. The first one I found was a space with hundreds of reflective balls rolling in every direction on dozens of rails, emitting lights and sounds while the walls, floors, and ceilings were all mirrors. That combined with the slowly creeping jet lag completely blew my mind. And believe me, that doesn't happen often. I'm hard to please with attraction like this, but I was walking around that room in total visual disbelief, talking to myself. What in the hell is that witchcraft? And that was only the first room. There are dozens of them, and all of them are at least very good, if not generally mind-blowing. teamLab Borderless score a wow factor 10. Absolutely blown away with the visuals and the atmosphere. Crowd 7, about 5 minutes queue to get in and usually 2 to 3 minutes wait for the most popular rooms. Photo value 10, no explanation needed, you can just see the footage. Ease of booking value 9, you need to plan ahead, but it's well worth it. The overall score is 8.9 out of 10, and the badge is a must-see. After our visit to teamLab, we headed over to Tokyo Tower. I wanted to surprise Anne-Marie with a great photo spot that I've seen on the social media.
What's that? Brother,
Ooh, baby, do you know that's what?
brother,
Ooh, heaven is a place.
You might have seen it too, and in reality, this is what it looked like. Safe to say, we didn't bother waiting in the queue. Instead, we took a photo from nearby Iki Plaza Park, which much calmer and greater view. A short walk from Iki Plaza Park is Akabenashi Station with direct link to Shinjuku. And this is where several anxieties has kicked in at the same time. Will the Suica card work flawlessly? It did. Will we go the right way? I read Google Maps correctly. We did. Hold on. I've got mobile signal on the ground? Yes. Another Japan shock. In Tokyo and Osaka, your phone works underground like normal, even in the carriages between the stations. But then came the big one. Will we get out at the right exit in Shinjuku, the busiest train station in the world with around 3.7 million passengers a day? No. Even though you have a mobile signal underground, GPS can't reach down there, and Shinjuku is a vast maze of tunnels and levels. It's not something you want to tackle on the first time while jet-lagged. We changed the plan. We found the closest exit, went above the ground and walked the rest outside. And honestly, it was a wise choice because we surfaced miles away from where we actually intended to be. Drawn in by all the stories on the YouTube and the social medias, we decided to have our afternoon meal at Omoide Yokocho, also known as a memory line. It is a famous little alleyway packed with the small food stalls serving simple dishes and alcoholic drinks. We walked up and down a few times, had a proper look, and then settled at one of the quieter spots. The area has a really warm, intimate feel. And honestly, everything was great, right up until the food arrived. We are not going to shame anyone here, and I'm not naming the place, but it wasn't great. It was generally a disappointing meal for a hungry, excited couple. And then as we walk away after paying Anne-Marie the quick maths, and we realized that we've been almost centrally overcharged compared to that what was on the menu. Maybe it was just an honest mistake by a young server, but either way, it was our first real disappointment of the day. Next time we are in Japan, we'll definitely come back to Omoide Yokocho and try a few other places because the area deserves a fair chance to change our score. Omoide Yokocho scores, and we won't name the establishment. Taste 4. We are hungry and still left food behind. The drinks saved this a bit. Portion 4. For the price, it should be more. Vibe 9. I can imagine having an amazing time there with a better food. Value 1. We definitely overpaid by almost 1,000 yens for a non-reason. And because we were tired and only realized that later, we just didn't challenge this. Overall score 1.4 out of 10. Just to be clear, this score is for one spot on that lane, not Omoide Yokocho as a whole. We will be back next time and try a few others properly. About a 20 minutes walk from Omoide Yokocho is the entrance to Meiji Jingu. Set inside a beautiful green park right in the middle of Tokyo, it's one of the city's main Shinto shrines. We love the walk in the park, and it's calm, quiet, and a perfect break from the skyscrapers and the busy streets. When we reached the shrine itself, we were greeted by beautiful architecture and the chance to buy a wooden wish tablet called an ema. You can write your wishes on it and hang up with the others. After you hang your ema, the shrine priest will eventually offer them to kami in a ceremony, and later the tablets are burned in the ritual fire. Meiji Jingu and Yoyogi Park scores. Wow factor 7. Similar to Hie Shrine earlier, a great place to escape from the city noise. Crowds 8. Monday was fine, but I can imagine it gets very busy on the weekdays and the holidays. Photo value 8. Good, but it's not really what it's all about this place. Ease and value of booking 10. It's free. So overall score is 8.3 out of 10. And I would say it's nice if it's nearby. After all that walking and with our main attraction still in our mind, we decided to take a break at one of only 5 Starbucks Reserve Roasteries in the world. It was also a great test for Google Maps handling connection across underground and overground trains, getting us from Yoyogi Park all the way there without any drama. The place is insane, and honestly, it wasn't even sure how to score it. As food stop or a tourist attraction? It spreads across multiple levels, packed with food options and different coffee blends, and a lot of it is made on site with the big roasting machines running in the middle of the building. We only had a coffee and a cake, so I'm going to score Starbucks as an attraction rather than a food shop. Starbucks Reserve Roastery scores wow factor 9. I love my coffee, and for Starbucks fans this is an ultimate destination. Crowds 9. It wasn't busy at all, and there was a lots of seatings across 4 levels. Photo value 8. Beautifully designed inside, but it's hard to get a good angle without getting into people's way. Ease and value of booking 9. Just buy a coffee, sit down and relax. An overall score of 8.9 out of 10. And I'm gonna put the badge must see if you're a fan of the brand or you're serious about coffee. It's a fabulous spot for a break. It's an also good starting point for a walk to the next thing we wanted to see. Shibuya Crossing. There are several ways to get there. After all, it's one of the main transport hubs in Tokyo. After doing our research, we decided the best approach was to walk from Starbucks, head onto the Dogenzaka Street, and continue down towards the crossing. We had a feeling it would be the best way to soak in the atmosphere and build the anticipation, instead of jumping out of the train, squeezing through the crowds, and suddenly being thrown right into the middle of it. Oh boy, that was a good decision. As you get closer to the main intersection, see the streets widen, and follow the flow of the people, everything runs up. The building gets bigger, the noise grows, the crowds build, you start seeing Shibuya go-karts whizzing by, and the anticipation just keeps rising. Right before you reach the main crossing, there's a smaller one that feels like a warm-up, like it's preparing you for its big brother around the corner. And then you reach your destination. And yeah, it's overwhelming. Even on Monday, the crowds were huge. Locals trying to get home from work, tourists, influencers, all mixed together. There's something really addictive about crossing Shibuya. It feels like charging into a battle where people come at you from all the directions at once. After a few crossings, we went to see Hachiko statue, the Akita dog honored for his incredible loyalty to his owner, Professor Hidashiburo Ueno. After Ueno died suddenly in 1925, Hachiko continued to come to the Shibuya station and wait for him every day for the next 9 years until his own death in 1935. The statue becomes a natural symbol of Japan's dedication and loyalty. Shibuya Crossing scores wow factor 10, one of the most iconic places in the world. Crowd 5. it was busy, especially around the Hachikō statue. And that was on Monday. I can't even imagine on the weekends or holidays. Photo value 10. No explanation needed. One of the most photographed streets in the world. Ease and value 10. Completely free to visit, if you exclude the long-haul flights from the other side of the world. Overall score 9.0 out of 10. And the badge is definitely must-see. Right next to Shibuya Crossing is Magnet by Shibuya 109, a multi-story department store. On top level you will find Macpacks, a rooftop observation deck. To get in, you will need to buy a drink for around 1,500 yens. Yes, it's a pricey drink, but what you get in return is one of the best aerial views of the famous crossing. And honestly, the photo opportunity alone is worth the price. Macpack scores. Wow factor 7. Nothing special inside, it has a slightly squat vibe, with walls covered in people's signatures. Crowd 7. It wasn't too busy for us, but we still waited about 5 minutes to get a spot at the edge of the window. I can imagine it gets absolutely rammed on the weekends and holidays. Photo value 10. It's a must if you want to have a time-lapse or an aerial shot of a Shibuya crossing. Ease of booking and value 8. You buy inexpensive drinks and walk in, and the price is justified by the view. Overall score 7.8 out of 10. Badge must see for the photos alone. The last attraction we have booked for today was Shibuya Sky. And believe me, if you want to even have a chance of booking it, you will want to listen what I'm just about to say next. If you are traveling outside warmer months, you will be fine booking through the Klook app. My advice is to book exactly 2 weeks before your visit date to give yourself the best chance of getting the slot you want. And for most people, that's sunset. Also remember, Shibuya Sky top can close at any time due to the weather. It's an open-air viewing deck on top of one of the tallest buildings in Tokyo, so wind and rain can shut it down very quickly. Now, when I was trying to book our slot back in April between Sakura season and Golden Week, Klook was only showing morning tickets. The evening slots were only available on the official Shibuya Sky website. This is common during summer and major holidays. Here is the problem. The website is in Japanese. Automatic translation to English was temperamental. One day it worked, the next day it didn't. But the worst part was this. The site wouldn't even show me the tickets unless I use VPN and set my location to Japan. No VPN to the rescue. Be aware that when you go to book, you will need to create a login. Click through the disclaimer and then prove you're a human with multiple verification windows. It's time-consuming and frustrating, so it's worth preparing yourself a few days in advance just so you know what you're dealing with. Then exactly 2 weeks before our visit, I log in on 2 separate devices, both on VPNs, at midnight Japan time and try to buy tickets. The website went laggy, but on my computer I managed to reserve the sunset slot. Buzzing! I went to pay and my Revolut card got declined. So I rushed back, went through the whole process again, and by the time I got to the ticket selection, the sunset slot was gone. Only later evening tickets were left. I was screaming. Amari came in from the other room asking if I was alright. I switched to credit card very quickly, tried again, and this time the payment went through. Seriously frustrating, and please be aware this could easily happen to you. My anticipation after that booking battle, with Shibuya Sky being one of the top influencer destinations on the planet, was sky high. And like everything in Japan, you need to arrive precisely on time. The entrance is clearly marked on the left side of Shibuya Scramble Square, where you approach from the crossing. A staff member outside will ask you booking time and then direct you into the lift that takes you up to the reception on the 14th floor. Once you're there, expect a queue. After around 15 minutes, our tickets were checked, we were followed the corridors to the next lift, with a cool video playing on the ceiling. A few more steps drop your backpack onto the free lockers and then finally walk onto the viewing deck. I'll be honest, the view is something else. The moment we step outside, I was glad we booked an evening slot. Wherever we look, all you can see is the city lights, all the way to the horizon. That's when it really hit me how massive Tokyo is, and how our 30,000 steps today were basically just a tiny slice of the city centers. We spent about 30 minutes up there, took roughly 1,000 photos and videos, and then decided it's time to go. But, surprise! The viewing deck isn't the whole experience. To exit, you follow a corridor around the entire floor. It's full of art installation, interactive bits, and a gift shop. This, as I later find out, is where you end up if the weather is poor and the top deck is closed. And yeah, we couldn't live without spending a few thousand yens on a t-shirt, fridge magnets, and a tote bag. It honestly felt like a reward for conquering our first day. A couple of final tips. Number 1, Shibuya Sky is not the best place for photos of the crossing. Max Park at Magnets 109 is much better for that. Number 2, when you leave the top floors, pay attention to where you are going. We got lost for a moment alongside a few other tourists, and it took an office worker finishing his shift to point us in the right direction. Shibuya Sky scores: wow factor 10. A brilliantly designed viewing deck with one of the best city views in the world, especially at night. Crowds 8. There is a queuing, but once you get up there, it doesn't feel overcrowded. The longest we waited for a photo spot was about 5 minutes. Photo value 10. Day or night, you will leave with unreal photos. Ease of booking value 4. Difficult to book and a touch pricey for what it is. Overall score is 8.4 out of 10, and the badge is must-see if you manage to get a ticket, that is. On our way back to the hotel, we realized we hadn't had a proper meal since breakfast, so we grabbed a quick local bite near Akasaka Mitsuke. Simple, solid, job done. Funny thing, Akasaka was completely different place at night, lively, packed, restaurant everywhere. The total opposite of our calm morning walkout. And we honestly wish we had more time to explore it properly. After nearly 14 hours, we finally returned to the hotel. Happy, buzzing, but also completely exhausted. Jet lag was creeping in and the kilometers in our legs were starting to take their toll. So, bed. But first, let's do the final scores of the episode. Hotel Monterey scores. Location 9. Almost perfect for what we wanted to see and for each places on foot. Sleep quality 10. Comfy bed, clean pyjamas, hot shower, jet lag, just completely lights out. Room 7. Clean but touch dated and on the smaller side. Value 8. For central Tokyo and easy access to everywhere we needed, it was well worth it. The overall score is 8.7 out of 10. Thank you for watching. And if you want to follow the rest of the story, keep an eye for our next episode, trip to Mount Fuji and our first Shinkansen travel. I will explain how we found an amazing trip to the Shy Giant and how we booked the Shinkansen the right way. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, let's go. So middle of Shibuya.